Monster. Tonight, my baby cousin was shot 9 times while I camped beneath a disco ball of stars, sipping Knob Creek out a plastic cup, watching a disgruntled flame swear the night air. The chicken had been charred, the eggplant went mush, our snores turned martyrs, dying on forks before reaching the sweet graham cracker. Later we'll tell scary stories of dragons, witches, and werewolves. We'll see who's afraid of ghosts, Sasquatch, or little green men. On the other side of Earth, my cousin will slowly let go. A monster will flee the crime scene, his 135 pounds moving swiftly below fluorescent lights, his nappy cornrows out for blood. Some happy poems, right? I don't really want to leave depressed. Okay. Making love before the gods awake. It's 7:45, you can't find your head. Swimming through your drawer, you look for Friday's perfect blouse. I'm rolling over, searching for breath and coffee. You tell me a poet's life is much too cavalier. I light an ashy cigarette butt. All play, no work, must be the life, you say. Starting bath water, watching time like a teenager racing curfew. As sun sneaks through blinds, I wonder if Akhenaten and Nefertiti ever made love before going to work. You appear in the room frantic, covered in white towels. I'm peeking beneath the bed cover, expecting you not to notice, predicting what strokes you'll make next, when you'll reach for the eyeliner. Satisfied, you walk towards me, and I, versed in this thing we do, shut my eyes, lean over, await the kiss, the footsteps, heels on sugar pine floors. Okay. You guys okay? Yeah. Okay. Putting the needle to the record. And this is after Gary Lilly's, if anyone's familiar with the poet Gary Lilly, is a poem called Putting the Match to the Cigarette. Putting the needle on the record. I'm laughing in my head because this is sort of the complete opposite of what I just read, but it's relationships or whatever. Okay. I'm stumbling in at 4, waking the neighbors, crooning an old David Ruffin tune that's been spinning in my head since Tuesday. And love, you don't seem happy I wasn't robbed or shot. And I left all my quips at the taco joint with the cute cashier who, when facing sideways, is Penelope Cruz. Just always make sure you're home by 3. You often pleaded right before that smile. I know means ain't shit funny, but sometimes a smile is more loaded than a swear. Tonight, you throw disappointment like knives. I hide beneath bed sheets, pretend to be sleep, kind of sleep. You read, begin packing suitcase. We swallow words whole. This is the part when I sleep through your bluff. When you stop at the door, face shrouded in tears, return to bed. But you are singing a different tune tonight. There's an engine cranking in the driveway, wheels rotating slowly, metal moving. And once those sounds are too far to be recognized, comes a bass in my chest, a drum in my head, a longing in my knees. I'll read a couple more. The last one was putting the needle on the record, right? And once they leave, guys, what do? We beg, right? Okay. So this is begging. after Etheridge night. Baby, baby, please don't go. Please don't leave before I explain the reason for the insane crap I've been doing. You see, I thought that strange woman was you. She wore your shoes and perfume. That kind of stuff confuses a man in love. The night I didn't make it home, you must know, there was a child trapped in a tall sycamore. Or maybe it was an oak, hell or red perhaps. Whatever the tree, I climbed it, carrying you with me the entire trip, making it in time to calm and counsel the boy. And I would have come straight home, but we needed to find his father. So we checked all the juke joints in the area. Finally finding his father passed out on a pool table. I placed the strange man on my shoulder, carried him to the car and drove them both home. A woman answered the door, embracing me for my philanthropy, not letting go until I understood her gratitude fully. Darling, this is why mascara stained my shirt that morning. Why I walked in with no breakfast. Baby, baby, please don't leave. There ain't nobody else to love me. My mama prefers my sister and my daddy his dog. My uncle's after my money and my friends my job. I don't got nothing but you and I'll do whatever you want. You want me to sell my Heaven Blue 72 Skylark? Consider it done. Consider the Yamaha gone and the records missing. Consider a lock for my mouth when I feel like bitching. Consider a tattoo with your name displayed on my neck. Take a day, pick a place, consider boat or jet. Consider colors for the sky, climate wet or dry. I'll grant you forever if you prefer not to die. Consider what it'll take to win back my girl, but consider it quickly. I got dominoes at 4. Okay, I'll read 2 more. The last section of the book is sort of spawns out of this boxing theme. And it actually informs a manuscript that I'm working on, a manuscript of boxing poems in the voice of historical African-American boxers. And it starts with Jack Johnson and moves to Mike Tyson. But the last portion of this book is sort of the jump off for that new manuscript that I'm working on. But this is called Bernard Hopkins is Robbed in 12-round unanimous decision. December 3rd, 2005. The same way early morning Wall Street businessmen and women watch weight capacity signs in elevators, I watch fight fans and their children file into a small apartment, leaving boot and shoe prints on an already had carpet. Tonight we all belong to Hopkins' congregation. Even small children who yell Hopkins before the bell can feel the spirit. I'm unsure if we adore this fighter because his prison past reminds us of an uncle, friend, or neighbor we know. More likely our connection with this warrior stems out the ways he finesses language, praising his daughter with the same mouth used to call Taylor a fake champion. Taylor is young for a fighter. In this sport, youth can get you punished. Outside, the snow is violent. December 13th, 2007. Sitting in my favorite neighborhood tavern, I watch the Democratic debate. Beside me, 2 men argue whether recent upgrades have made the bar a more attractive place to get drunk. The flat screen picture shows how careful these candidates were in ironing their suits, collars, maybe some their ties. Behind them are flags, and due to an Amy Winehouse record, I can't hear what these people are saying. I imagine it's something about change, experience, or Bush. Outside, my car is buried in winter. Earlier today, I learned Bernard Hopkins will fight Joe Calzaghe on April 19th. From the bar stool, I call the regulars. Together we make appetizer and drink plans. And as always, I tell them children are welcome. All right, I'll read one more poem. Thank you all for listening. One of the last poems in the book, it's called Queen Antoinette of Cotton Candy. She fell from the clouds, assuming her throne in a tiny wooden second-grade desk. Our knees rattled wildly, the way captured bees in small hands at recess did. Our begging eyes danced the cabbage patch in gratitude. She was unlike anything we'd seen in this place. Statuesque the way she'd hold her hand in the air, revealing her naked palm for us, for me, for Mrs. Edwards. She'd sit still until her verse was given its proper space, and we, unworthy, attentive, spellbound audience members would soon begin believing in the power of voodoo, of purple headbands, of gold-studded earrings and lust. On one cold winter afternoon, I followed her down snow club-covered blocks, curious to see the castle she would lead me to, waiting for the moat, the bridge, the horns. I hoped for dragons, so I could kick their ass with the flurry of snowballs, knowing afterwards my lady would thank me with a warm kiss, melting the snow on my lips and daydreams. On the morning of Antoinette's 9th birthday party, I paced my small room, searching for the perfect plaid combination, asking my mother if she would crease my pens. This would be the day I would confess she was the reason my parents sent me to a psychiatrist. The reason my report card showed 2s and 3s. The reason I stole my mother's gold necklace and slid it 4 seats down to her. She was the reason I had perfect attendance. That afternoon, in the sin that is Chuck E. Cheese, Antoinette and I found ourselves lost in fireworks of round plastic balls and dark tunnels. While other children played arcade games, we hid from the world, grew old, discovered how hot mouths can make a child feel born again. Afterwards, we sat with parents eating pretzels, pizza, and cotton candy. And I sat stone, exhausted, red-faced, in need of her mother's cigarette. Thank you.